What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, Amon's Toxic Gamble 331. Back at it with another video. And today we're doing yet another Toxic tier list ranking. Oh, yeah. And today we are going to be ranking Christmas characters on Christmas Day. But before we get into actual beginning of the video itself, guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas. And for those who are not watching this on Christmas Day, I hope you have an amazing day. And also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number one, it's absolutely free. Number two, we're on the road to 500 subscribers, just 24 away now. It would really help out your boy if you did subscribe, because we're trying to hit 500 before this year ends, and it would help your boy out. Also, if you missed my previous Toxic tier list rankings I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel. If you like, check that one out. Also, don't forget to like the video if you do like my Toxic tier list rankings, because let me know that you do like them, and I'll both YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. And also, do feel free to comment your list down below. But with that being said, before we start ranking the characters itself, we have some categories to read off. So first up, we have Best of the Best, which means they're top tier Christmas movie characters, all in. Oh, I'm just making sure we're still filming here. Okay, we are. Through and through, they're amazing characters. Great means they're great Christmas characters. But they have a flaw about them that holds them back from going into Best of the Best, but they're still great characters. Toxic Goodness means they're good, even though they seem stupid on paper. They're good characters. Okay means they're like fine, I guess. I don't hate her. I don't love them, you know. And then meh means they're just meh. They're just there. Who are ya is like, who are ya? I don't even remember your name. And then Toxic Trash means dumpster fire. The worst Christmas movie characters of all time. But with that being said, just taking a drink of water, and then let's get cracking, because we have a lot of characters to break down today, so your boy's gonna be tired after this, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so first up we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Do 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 do. Best of the best. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I mean, come on, we all knew he was going to go up there. He's probably one of the most iconic Christmas characters, like, besides Santa Claus and the Grinch. Him and Frosty the Snowman are about tied there, like, with people knowing them and stuff. Everyone, of course, knows the song that I just sung it right there, so everyone knows that. And then the animated short movie was pretty cool. And it's stop motion. Some aspects of the short film have aged kind of creepily, but it's still a good short film, and Rudolph is a likable protagonist, and you feel bad for him. So Rudolph goes into Best of the Best. Then we have, I don't know what this character's name is, but I know him, if that makes sense. So he's not going to go into Who Are Ya? He's a good, little... Yeah, I would say he's a good little mentor for Rudolph, so I'm going to put him in Toxic Goodness, because I can't remember his name right now, but he is a good mentor for Rudolph, so he goes there. I believe this is one of Santa's elves that helps Rudolph on his journey. Okay, I guess. That's all I remember, really. It's been a while since I've seen that short film, but yeah, he was alright, I guess. And then we got the hitchhiker that helps them. I liked his character. I thought he was pretty fun. I'll put him at the top of Toxic Goodness. He had I think he's one of my most memorable parts of the movie, probably, when he had that big fight with that abominable snowman. That's what I remember most from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So, yeah, that goes into he goes into Toxic Goodness category. Alright, next up we have Kevin's mom. And Kevin's mom goes into okay, I guess. Yeah, she goes into okay, because she's very blind at first to, oh, we miss Kevin, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And, Yeah, she's just an okay character. It's cute when her and Kevin reunite, like, in Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. But that's pretty much it. So, she's okay of a character, I guess. Then we got, Mr. McAllister. And Mr. McAllister, I think, is kind of on the same bar. But I don't know. I feel like his character is more fun, so I'll put him at the back of Toxic Goodness. He's brinking on okay, but he's one step above Kevin's mother. Speaking of Kevin, we have Kevin McAllister, and Kevin McAllister goes into the great tier. Now, if you would have asked me this, like, if I just watched the first film, if anyone's watched the first film, who hasn't checked out the sequel, like the second Home Alone movie, but if you would have asked me specifically just on the first film, Kevin would probably go into Toxic Goodness. And why he doesn't, but for Home Alone 2, I feel like he gets a better character development, because in the first Home Alone, he feels he is kind of selfish most of the time. And then the second one, he starts to learn a little bit more and becomes a more likable protagonist and starts to basically find out about stuff that help him become better as a human, So I'm putting him in the great tier, but he doesn't go into best of the best for me just because he does some selfish and annoying things in the first film, but he learns throughout the second one that he needs to be nicer to people, So he goes into the great tier. I know that probably will give me a lot of hate, but whatever. Then we got Buzz. I gotta think of this one, because there's a couple funny moments like in the second one with him, and then there also I don't like him in the first film at all, but in the second film he's funny. And then also in Home Sweet Home Alone, he has a cameo. He is kind of fun there. So Buzz he's meh. He's middle ground. If we were just judging on the first film, I feel like I would put Buzz in toxic trash, because he was super annoying in the first film. But in the second one, I think he is funnier. So, and yeah, that cameo from him in Home Sweet Home Alone was fun, even though it was a bad movie. So I'll put Buzz in meh. Then we got Kevin's uncle. Trash. Terrible uncle. Like, such a mean uncle. Like, nobody's uncle would act like that ever. And like, when Kevin insulted him in like the second film and called him, oh, the blah blah blah, Mr. Cheapskate, I was going, yeah, that's what you do. Be sure to call him that every single time, because he's so mean. And then in the first film too, when like they realized they just left Kevin, oh, and he said, oh, if it makes you feel any better, I left my glasses too. And I feel the same way about leaving that. I feel like he did say that. I forgot if he did or not, but I know the reading glasses part he did say. So he's even though it was really funny in the part in the second one where he's in the shower or whatever, and Kevin sneaking in on him and like while he's singing. I like that part. Then we got Marv and Harry. And Marv and Harry, this might be a hot take, but they go in best of the best. They're such a funny duo, and Joe Pesci is funny as Harry, and I forgot what, Daniel Stern, I believe that's the actor's name, let me know down below, that plays Marv. Both of them have pretty good chemistry together, and whenever they get hurt, it's absolutely hilarious on screen, and yeah, I think they're the definition of Christmas bad guys that you love. So Marv and Harry go into best of the best for me. So then we got Ralphie, and again, same sort of story with Home Alone. If you would have told me, like, in the first film, I would probably put him in, like, okay. But in A Christmas Story Christmas that came out last Christmas, I definitely feel as if they did give Ralphie more character development throughout the film, how he misses his dad and stuff. That was really heartbreaking, and they did a good job of making Ralphie start to you see the father's eyes in the second one. So, well, not in technically the third one, whatever. But yeah, Ralphie for right now goes into the great tier 2, but I put Kevin above him because I like Kevin more than Ralphie, I think, because probably I've watched Christmas Story way too many times. So next up we have Ralphie's dad. And Ralphie's dad is kind of like the uncle, but he's actually nice to his kids, so I'll put him into okay. I'll put him right here. I think he should go there. It was nice how he surprised Ralphie with the BB gun in Christmas Story, so that's what puts him there. Then we have Ralphie's mom. It was... I don't know where to put him. Or put her. Sorry, put her. She's super annoying. She's super annoying in that movie. I just realized. I'll put her in the meh tier. I'll put... No. She's really annoying in that movie. I'll put her at the top of Toxic Trash. Not at the bottom of Toxic Trash. I still think that her, the uncle was pretty bad. So, I'll put her there. But she's so annoying. And the stuff that she did with Ralphie's brother, where they did that pig dinner scene. Ugh, no. So, she goes there. Sid Farkas. And he had a surprise cameo in the second movie where they actually made him pretty good. I'll put him in meh tier. I think he's a very memorable bully character. I would say I slightly like it more than Buzz because he gets his you-know-what handed to him compared to Buzz with Kevin, so he goes there. John McClane from Die Hard. People will probably go like, it's not a Christmas movie. I didn't make this list, so don't judge me, okay? John McClane goes into best of the best, top of the best of the best. Probably one of the best movie characters or action movie characters of all time. Bruce Willis, this was his star-making performance, and he went on to do many other successful things afterwards, and spawned many sequels off of the first Die Hard, and he's just overall, a very likable character, and you want to see him get back to his family on Christmas Day, and the action scenes are pretty cool with him, and whenever you see him take down a bad guy, it's cool to see, so, and you cheer, so, John McClane goes into best of the best. Then we got Hans Gruber. I tried doing the voice. I can't do it. Alan Rickman, definitely. So, Hans Gruber goes into best of the best. Probably one of the best movie villains of all time. And Alan Rickman gives such an intimidating performance while also being pretty funny at the same time with some dark humor moments sprinkled out. But, yeah, he's just a great antagonist to John. Them two's dynamic is very entertaining on screen, and, yeah, simple as that. Goes in best of the best. Then we got, I don't know the officer's name, but I did like his character quite a bit. Out of the side characters, I do think he's one of the best side characters. So I'll put him in the great tier, because, there's nothing bad about him. It's just, he's more of a side character, you know? And I also like the dynamic between him and John, where him and John are working together, and he doesn't trust him during some certain times, so yeah, he's a great character. Well, he does trust him most of the way, so he's a good guy, so I'll put him in the great tier. Next up, we're moving on to, well, I was about to say we're moving on to Elf, but, wait, I just realized I gotta add another category. Because I realized there's some other movies on here, don't mind me. Buddy's dad. And Buddy's dad is mostly the humbug of the movie, so... And when he eventually, turns good, it's it's a fun performance for cranky old Scrooge, so I'll put him in the okay tier. I think he's on the same level as Ralphie, so yeah. Then we got Buddy the Elf's girlfriend, and I thought her and Buddy's relationship was really good. Cute. I'll put her into the toxic goodness category. Simple as that. That's all I can really say, really. Next up, we have Scott Calvin Santa Claus, or just Santa Claus, whatever. Whichever one you prefer. Santa Claus, Scott Calvin Santa Claus goes into best of the best. Probably Tim Allen is the best Santa Claus on screen performance ever, probably, throughout that trilogy, even though the third one's a little bit but he does really phenomenal in that role, so probably his most iconic role besides Buzz Lightyear, so, Scott Calvin Santa Claus goes in best of best. Next up, we have the elf from Santa Claus 1 that kind of got replaced in the second one, which I don't know if we'll talk about that later or not. No, it doesn't appear so. I thought they should have brought her back in the sequel, but, it is what it is, and I think she's a good character. She's a good little appearance in the first film, so I'll put her in Toxic Goodness. But she definitely would have went higher if she got hired again for the sequel, but whatever. Bernard, the head elf, and Bernard is really funny. I'll put him in the great tier. He's probably, again, just like the police officer from Die Hard, probably the second most great Christmas side character out there. And he has a lot of funny moments with Curtis in the second movie. And he has a lot of funny moments with Santa Claus in the Santa Clauses and the first and second Santa Claus. So, yeah. He goes there. Next up, we have Neil. And Neil, in the first film, he would go into, meh. But, he gets pretty funny in the second and third one, so once they find out that Scott's actually Santa Claus. So, I'll put him in the good tier. I like Neil as a character, so he goes there. Then we got Bad Santa. I've never watched Bad Santa, so I don't know. So that's the only category. That's the only reason why I put that category, because I've never seen Bad Santa, and I haven't watched it yet, so probably won't be allowed to watch it anytime soon until I'm 17, so yeah, and then I think that kid's from Bad Santa too, so I don't know. Then we have Buddy the Elf, and Buddy the Elf is the definition of a toxic goodness character, where you think where you go like, this is stupid, but you still love it anyways. This is the definition of that character. Buddy the Elf here, where it's just basically Will Ferrell playing an obnoxious, adult that's acting like he's a child, and basically exploring the world, so it's a definition of toxic goodness character, so Buddy the Elf goes into toxic goodness. Then we got Howard from Jingle All the Way, one of my favorite Christmas movies, probably my favorite Christmas movie, I would say 2 are above it. But anyways, Howard goes into just because Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the Christmas movie and his performance is pretty hilarious. No. I have another spot for somebody in there. I'm gonna put Howard at the top of Toxic Goodness. It's fun to see Arnold do something goofy compared to what his other movies are, where he mostly does, during the time at least, where he mostly does, serious roles, or sometimes gets a little comedy in there. This one, he goes full-blown comedy, and he's really funny, so I'll go Toxic Goodness. Now, that other character I was talking about was Sinbad, and, Myron, that's what his name was. Myron is absolutely hilarious. Another great side character, and it's funny whenever he interacts with Howard, because Howard's going leave me alone, or whatever, and, Myron is basically, annoying him throughout the film, and when they eventually show down at the end of the movie when Myron's trying to grab the doll or whatever, it's pretty funny. So I'll go into the great tier with Myron. He's absolutely hilarious, and Sinbad was hilarious as him. Then we got, okay, I'll put in the I don't know category because I haven't seen Scrooged in a while. I only ever watched it on TV once. I never watched it ever again afterwards, but so I don't know where to put his character. But I'm pretty sure I would put it in the Toxic Goodness character. I'd have to watch the movie again to see. Then we have You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. Okay, that was voice crap. He goes to the best of the best, and specifically Jim Carrey's version. Jim Carrey's version of the Grinch is my favorite version of the Grinch, which I know is a hot take. Most people choose the original, but I have a lot of fun with this movie, with the Grinch. And Jim Carrey, even though he seemed exhausted wearing the makeup after Offset, he still delivered another great performance as in this role, and seemed like also he was having a lot of fun doing it. And the makeups and prosthetic work were pretty good, so the Grinch goes into best of the best. And then the original Grinch. The original Grinch also goes into best of the best. If I probably put it anywhere below that, I think I would have got absolutely hated in the comments for that. But you can't deny it. The original Grinch is a classic, so he deserves to go up there too, if the Jim Carrey version goes up there. So, best of the best. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I have no idea what this movie is from. What these characters are who these characters are from. So, I'll put them in the what just happened. Am I still filming? Okay. I'll put them in the oh wait, where? What? No. I'll put them in the Who Are Ya category. Who Are Ya? Even though that's Kate Winslet. I don't know her name. Jack Black and Jude Law. I have no clue who all your characters are, and I have no clue what movie all they are in. So I'll put you in Who Are Ya. I don't know what his name is, but Chevy Chase's character from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Toxic Goodness character. You could just see Chevy Chase having a blast on this set, and easily the best out of the Lampoon movies. So, yeah, simple as that. Then we got the uncle, another really good side character for a Christmas movie. So I'll put him into the Toxic Goodness category because he's a very Toxic Goodness character, you know. So simple as that. Frosty the Snowman. Frosty the Snowman goes into best of the best. Same sort of story with Rudolph. Do I need to really say anything, really? Because Rudolph and Frosty both have their own songs. Both have their own short movies, and have a whole lot of people that know them over Christmas time. And if you said, oh, do you know Frosty the Snowman? They would most likely know during Christmas time. So, yeah, they go there. Then we got, I think this is the bad guy from Frosty the Snowman. He was a fun character. He was pretty fun. I'll put him in the Toxic Goodness category. He's a very goofy, quirky villain of that time, but he's a lot of fun, so I'll put him there. Then we got, what's this? What's this? This color everywhere. What's this? Those white things in the air. And Jack Skellington goes on to, ooh, this is tough. I'll put him in best of the best because even though he does stuff that's very, like, bad, you still feel bad for him, and you still think forgive him easily when he realizes, what have I done? What have I done? Like, when he does that. So, and Jack Skellington's just a likable protagonist in general, and Johnny Depp voices him here. So, Jack Skellington is great, and he goes into best of the best. Next up, we have... Who on earth are you? I have no clue what this movie is from. I know I'm a huge movie buff, but I have no clue what this movie's from. Oh, and then I forgot. Shoot, I know y'all are shooting your guns at me right now. I forgot his name, but I do have watched It's a Wonderful Life, and I'll put him in the best of the best character. Because he's a classic. That movie's just a classic in general. So, and the journey the character goes on throughout, you definitely root for him. So, and he has a very good journey. So I'll put him in the best of the best category. Next up, we have what? Okay, so we have Kermit, and then we have Bob. Oh, okay. All right, so we have regular Kermit, where he and Gonzo are narrating, and Toxic Goodness. Simple as that, because it's stupid on paper, puppets narrating a story, but they work, you know. Scrooge, played by Michael Caine in the Christmas Carol movie of the Muppets. He was fun. I'll put him Toxic Goodness. Not nearly the best Christmas performance I've seen, though. Then we have Bob Cratchit, Kermit the Frog, and I think he's one step above. No, wait, why'd you go up all the way over here? Go down. He is definitely... Wait, what? I'm confused. Wait, where did you go? Go into the top of Toxic Goodness there. So, because another puppet that talks, simple as that, so... I don't remember this, so I think they were pretty... I think they were a Toxic Goodness character, I think, so they go there. Then we got Edward Scissorhands, and arguably not a Christmas movie, but I did not make this list. So, Edward Scissorhands as a movie... What?! Edward Scissorhands as a movie character goes into best of best category. Another great Johnny Depp, and another great and phenomenal performance by Johnny Depp. So, yeah, he goes in best of the best. And probably one of the most tragic characters' lives ever, so... And then finally we have... Is that Krampus? I think that's supposed to be Krampus. I don't know. Hopefully I don't get murdered after that. Fingers crossed. But before we get to the actual ending of the video itself, guys, if you enjoyed my Toxic Tier List ranking, don't forget to like the video if you do like them, because let me know that you do like them, and it'll help with the YouTube algorithm recommend the video more. If you missed my previous Toxic Tier List rankings I've done in the past, they're in a playlist on my YouTube channel. If you like, check that out now. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, because number 1, it's absolutely free. Number 2, we're on the road to 500 subscribers. Just 26 away now. Really help out your boy if you did subscribe. Also, don't forget to ring the bell for all notifications and notification upload, because we do multiple uploads here on the channel every single day. Also, do share the video, because also, may guys, more people join the Toxic Room, and do feel free to comment your list down below. But with that being said, guys, I'll see y'all next one, everybody. Pa 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 pa.